How can such a simple pose like Virasana help with such a complex pose like Padmasana? Well, my friend, you are about to find out, and I bet once you do, you're going to be doing Virasana all over the place. If you're excited to discover this little trick, then click the like button, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel, clicking the bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. Let's think about how to safely come in and out of Lotus Pose. I have a whole tutorial on that topic here, so definitely go and watch that first if you haven't already. But the first step when you're coming into Lotus Pose is to close the knee joint, which means bringing the calf towards the thigh. Now, why is this important? Because when you're moving in and out of the lotus, you want to consider the shin and the thigh bone together as one unit so that the knee joint isn't vulnerable to twisting. Now, coming in and out of Padmasana by twisting the knee joint is what causes so many problems with Padmasana in the first place. Now, if you have super tight quadricep or hip flexor muscles, then they are going to prevent you from doing this movement effectively. So you want to really work on stretching them first. And before even attempting Lotus Pose, I get all of my students to sit in Virasana or Hero Pose. Look at the position of my legs. I'm sitting back towards my heels and I can feel a stretch in the front of my thighs. And this is exactly the position that you're working towards to come safely in and out of Lotus Pose. Let's look at how to effectively work in this posture. So if you're new to this, you might need to prop your hips up a little bit higher because the stretch along the front of the legs might be really intense to begin with. So go ahead and take as many blocks as you need under your hips, or if you have some blankets, you can roll them up and just stuff them underneath your hips. Some people might start up here, and then gradually, as these muscles lengthen, you're going to be able to sit down further towards your heels. If you feel nothing at the height that you're on, then reduce the height of your props until you feel a mild to moderate stretch in the fronts of the hips. If it's already a strong stretch, I want you to prop yourself up a little bit higher because we're actually going to stay in this pose for 5 to 10 minutes. So if it's quite intense already, it's going to be super intense by the end of 10 minutes. So try going a little bit more conservative to begin with. So yes, I did say 10 minutes. Virasana is one of those postures that I would recommend you doing for a good chunk of time every single day. I actually try to sit in this posture to, for example, do my emails. Sometimes I sit and do my meditation or my pranayama in this position. So I just try to clock up as many minutes in Virasana over the day as I can. You could even sit like this whilst you're watching TV for 10 minutes. I tell all of my students when they first arrive into my class to sit in this way before we begin in the morning. It's a great way to stretch the front of the thighs and prepare you for the lotus postures that are coming in the practice. So if you're planning to work on your Virasana position, leave me a comment below. Tell us how you're going to incorporate it into your daily routine and give others a little bit of inspiration on how you can integrate it into your daily life. Gradually, your quads and the front of your hips are going to stretch enough that your thighs and your calves pretty much come together and the heels come up to the sit bones. When you reach that point, you're ready to go on to stage 2 of preparing for Padmasana. So check out this video where I talk about the 3 stages of preparing for Padmasana to see what the next level is. Now, once you're really comfortable in this position, a nice progression is to actually start leaning back, and then you're going to get an even deeper stretch into the front of the hips and the thighs. Go really mindfully and carefully because it can become quite intense quite quickly. But you would first start to lean back onto your hands. In fact, I would remove the prop at this point. Lean back onto your hands, let your hips sink down towards the floor. And when you feel comfortable there, it might take a few weeks, you can start to come down onto the elbows. Once you're comfortable there, you can come all the way down onto the back and relax here. You can even intensify it by taking the arms out behind you. That's really coming deep into the front of the hip flexors and the quads. To come back out, you would do the same. So lift up onto your elbows first. One hand and then the other, and then gradually coming back upright. So So there you go, my friends. Are you excited to add Virasana into your daily practice? If so, give this video a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Go and hit the subscribe button and click the bell to get notified when I post a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you here soon.